Rajasthan Royals won by 2 wickets and 0 balls remaining. What a belter of a match this was. I mean, Josh Buttler is back in form, and this is like his redemption story, his salvation, and it's making the team look absolutely fiery. They just needed Josh Buttler to come back into form, and he did with two back-to-back centuries, guys. Two back-to-back centuries. I mean, yes, Yashasvi Jaiswal is struggling, but doesn't matter from both openers. If one guy fires, I think any team would be good with that. They started really well, and then they lost a couple of games. Some bad decisions were made, even in this match. But Josh Butler, the hero, pulled them through a quicksand. On the other hand, Sunil Narine played probably the best innings of his life. 109 runs out of just 56 balls, and he took 2 wickets with a 7.5 economy. Kolkata Knight Riders bat first. They put up 223 runs for 6 wickets. And we have Sunil Narine, who scored a mighty 109. There were some contributions here and there. Raghuvanshi with 30 from 18. Then Rinku Singh 20 from 9 balls. But overall, it felt like it was Sunil Narain's day, and he added like almost half of the score, from what the team hit. And in response, Rajasthan Royals came up and hit 224 easily. Couldn't say easily. Josh Butler scores 107. There was a little help here and there from Riyan Parag, 34 off just 14 balls, and Rovman Powell hitting a much needed 26 in the most crunch hour in just 13 balls. So it's just a brilliant match. I mean, this really looked like a match between two tabletop. The number of matches with multiple centuries is not a rarity anymore. Let's look at both these centuries right now. Firstly, let's start with Narine. Noreen was at one point, hitting just 13 runs of 14, within the power play. And, Butler, on the other hand, managed 22 of 21 balls between over 6 to 14. But the thing is about the great players, they can actually, just change gears and just hurt the opposition when it matters. And that's exactly what both of them did. I mean, 67 runs Narain got from just 28 balls. The strike rate was at 239. That too against two premier opposition spinners. Like he hit, Chal for 33 runs in just 11 balls, and out of 17 Ashwin's balls, he hit 35 runs. I was just hoping the child would trap him somewhere, but no, no go. Narain was the boss today. After hitting this wonderful century, the whole talk is, will Sunil Narain play the T20 World Cup? And everybody's asking that. I think Powell got asked this question, and I loved the quote. For the last 12 months, I've been whispering in his ears, but he's blocked everyone out. Powell said, when he asked, trying to convince Ryan for decision, I've asked Kiran Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Nicholas Puran. Hopefully, before they select the team, they can crack the code and they can crack Narain and convince him to be included in the World Cup. I mean, we did get a Sunil Narain response during one of these after match talks. It said, yeah, it is what it is, but let's see what the future holds. So we cannot cancel out the option that Narain may not play the T20 World Cup. But if he does, imagine playing at home with a solid lineup with Hetmeyer, Puran, and Narain, and of course Powell, Roman Powell, of course. And I think it'll be a deadly combination, and they are easily, going to dominate that entire competition. But no, that's that. And there's a second centurion that we should talk about before we lose our shit. Butler, on the other hand, was nowhere, was going nowhere in his innings. He missed the previous game with an injury. He came in as an impact player in the second innings. His left hamstring was heavily strapped, and it's not been the brightest IPL years for Butler, both last year and this year. I think the year before that he won the highest scorer of the tournament award, Orange Cap, I guess. But this year he's been struggling. Before Tuesday, outside of that 100 unbeaten 100 against Royal Challengers Bangalore, his highest score was just 13 runs. But against KKR, he just looked scratchy initially, but later picked up. I think at the end of 14 overs, Buttler was striking at just like 127 strike rate. And the asking rate for Royals had surged up to 16 with just 4 wickets in hand. Everybody thought this is long gone. Like there is no chance of them winning because a single batsman at the pitch cannot actually pull this off. There was a 0.44% chance. That was the prediction on, some of these cricket websites, right? And actually the most frustrating part was that after Riyan Parag got out, they sent Ashwin in. When Riyan Parag got out, they were actually in a very, very good position. I think their run rate, the NRR, was more than what was required. They had a fantastic momentum, to the match. And they sent in Ashwin and then they sent in Jurel. And it's like, what the hell are they doing? They had Hetty, they had Powell in the mix, right? And this was always just an easy choice. Send the batters in. I still don't get why these teams save these kick-ass batters for later. This isn't a test match. You don't need no night watchman. I get it if there's someone like Jasprit Bumrah, you're trying to wait him out. That's a different thing. Who are they waiting out here? Except maybe Narain. There were no like crazy bowlers on their team. Harshit Rana is an inexperienced bloke. Great bowler, definitely not denying that he's a brilliant bowler. But Harshit Rana and I think the other bowlers that they've been trying, even Mitchell Stark, like Mitchell Stark's not in a great form, so they didn't have to wait him out either. But it's pretty strange. It's pretty strange that this happened. I hope they learn from their mistake. I hope they actually keep sending these powerful batsmen up front. So after Sanju, after Riyan Parag, the hitting continues. Just like what the SRH have been doing, no matter who they send. They actually, pushed Klassen up yesterday. So similar way, if you keep sending these batters, I think it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good team. With this victory, I think they kind of sealed their position in the top four, for the playoffs. They've been playing just immaculate cricket, and it's good. I'm very happy that they're able to do that. Like last year was a bit of a disappointment, but this year they've been playing really good game for the last 2-3 seasons. With a coach like Sangakkara, it's just it feels like they have been so persistent and they're not giving up. But that's that. It's a brilliant match. Two Centurions, Joss Buttler and Sunil Narain. Now we have to talk about this last 3 overs, which were probably one of the best moments in IPL history. Two table toppers fighting to prove to each other that they're the best, right? After 16 overs, they needed 62 of 24 balls. 6 balls of those were to be bowled by Sunil Narain, who had not conceded a boundary till then. But then Powell comes in, just hits 2 sixes and a four off the first 3 balls of the 17th over. I think this just broke the tension. That's when I thought, oh, this is actually possible. But at the same time, it's just a matter of taking 1 wicket and things can actually change. But Powell did like absolutely brilliant. He just gave the team a little bit of relief when he hit those runs, and the Royals didn't started, looking really sharp. And Powell was LBW'd in the fifth ball of that same over. But after that, Buttler did not leave the station. Like he just how do you say, dug himself into the crease of the striker. There was a little situation where, Trent Bolt had to sacrifice himself, and rightly so, good man, that guy. And, even in the last over, I was thinking, like, Butler, just take a single man. Like, you're wasting balls because you never know what will happen in the next ball. What if you're bowled out? You never know, but somehow he held the ground and he just pumped everyone up, accelerated the innings. After Riyan Parag, there was a little bit of momentum break, but somehow Joss managed to pull this off. Again, I really hope that Rajasthan Royals, keep this, batting order on top, like the good ones on top, and, keep the momentum high. Very excited to see what they do in the next match. But that's it for now.